All right, my man. State your name and let them know you on Real Talk with Nick.
My name is Rick. I'm on Real Talk with Nick.
That's what's up, man. Nick fan.
I like the Knicks since I was a kid, since I grew up around here, but I'm really a Spurs fan.
Okay.
But I like to see the Knicks win because when the Knicks win, it's better for the city, it's better for the morale of the city. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to see them losing, to be perfectly honest.
All right. So when I speak of a player like Julius Randle, what comes to mind, man?
Julius Randle is a versatile player. He's a good player. I think he thinks he's a little bit better than he actually is. However,
why you say that?
Because of the shots that he takes and the way that he thinks that, everything should revolve around him. He should have the ball all the time. And he's just not like that. I believe he shoots way too many threes to be so big. And his footwork in the low post, there should be some improvement with it. I recall saying several times last year when he made up his mind to go into the post, most power forwards couldn't stop him from getting to the basket.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask you this. I'm going to play devil advocate when it comes to Julius Randle, right? Because although I agree, is it safe to say he had to play like that because there wasn't no point guard on the Knicks that was sufficient enough to bring the ball up?
I'll say this, you have to put people in position to succeed. So if you have a point guard on your team that you think perhaps is subpar, I don't mean you give it to the power forward to bring the ball up. Find another ball handler. I still don't think that he, as a primary ball handler, was being used sufficiently, especially when you consider the fact that he's like 260, 265. That's a lot of weight to be carrying around, even though that's his natural weight. So over the course of the game, what you see last year sometimes happen late in the game. He's exhausted. He got his hands on his knees. He's sitting on the bench looking like, somebody poured a bucket of water on him because he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot. And he is capable of doing it, but to what level of efficiency? Say, for example, I'll think of somebody comparable who brings the ball up, who's also big, who's also, has a lot of skills, but who's far better. And that's LeBron James. I'm not comparing him to LeBron James. It's just completely from a skill set usage perspective. And he's far less efficient. Now, again, that's just by comparison. I'm not saying, him and LeBron James, da-da-da-da. No, I'm just saying, just from a skill perspective.
Okay.
He's just not efficient.
Do you think he want to be a Knick at this time?
He acts like he don't. Even last year when R.J. Barrett was like, R.J. Barrett started off slow, but by January, R.J. Barrett was the better. From January on, R.J. Barrett appeared to be the better player from a field goal percentage perspective and from a points per game perspective. And I noticed that when R.J. Barrett was getting off and Randle was on the bench, he just had this look on his face like he wasn't into it. He wasn't that. And when they give Obi Toppin minutes and he has to sit down, he's got this look on his face like he's just disgruntled. You know what I mean?
He's not a team.
Like he's not a team player. But I also know that I need to be weary with that because a lot of brothers had that look on their face, and it don't mean really nothing. We just got that look
we can't
black
assume.
Man living in this life.
All right.
So you really can't assume, but from the outside looking in,
that's what it appears to be.
Yeah,
okay, moving right along, man. When I bring up the Canadian sensation and R.J. Barrett, man.
I like R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett is getting better and better. He's finishing with his right hand around the rim. He's shooting and making clutch shots. Last season, in the latter half of the shooting and making clutch
against
shots.
Boston, right?
Yeah, and he's just getting better and better and better.
Was you that high on him during his rookie season?
During his rookie season, I knew he was a good player. I wouldn't have said draft him that high, but now I'm like, he's a big guard, 6'7", big, strong, can punish smaller, quicker players. You know what I'm saying? When you got the ball, you go around somebody, their first instinct is to sort of grab you and sort of bump you as you go around them. But he's just too big and strong for most guards. He just get off me and go right around them.
Right.
And I see him do that time and time again.
Do you think it's an issue as far as him always playing on the left side? Because he's left dominant.
He is left dominant. You know what I'm saying? As long as he can get to the basket, I don't really mind which side of the floor he plays on. Because like I said, he's getting better and better at finishing around the rim with his right hand.
Okay, so you see splashes and going
Yeah,
to the
I
right
see.
too.
Yeah, I see it. Like even when he goes left, instead of finishing with his left hand, if a defender's right here, I've seen him do that little like this when he's on the left side of the basket. He flips it up with his right hand. So I see that it's there. You know, what I mean, it's just being in the mindset to know that this is a tool that you have.
Okay, and do you see him becoming the face of the team? Is he
Randle
going to
don't get his shit together, and I see him being the face of the team. If Randle don't get his shit together, and if Obi Toppin doesn't, pardon me, if Obi Toppin stops improving to the manner that he is, because the only reason we didn't see Obi Toppin rock out because the players that he's subbing out are the man on the team, and that's R.J. Barrett and Julius Randle.
Okay, so speaking of Obi, since you went there, man, Obi Kenobi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they say he's a wonderful athlete, jumps off the gym. What do you say to those who say he's just good for fast breaks? Do you agree with that?
You're in the NBA. You're around the best basketball coaches, best shooting coaches in the world. I feel like if you come into the league without a jump shot and you still don't have a jump shot after 2 years, you're not working real hard. So I feel like, yeah, this year he's going to come. Matter of fact, last year he started hitting that corner three very consistently, which shows me that once he gets confidence from that corner, you're not going to just be able to leave him out there.
Okay, so you saying his strength, his upscale,
Yeah, his upside, yeah.
is the fast break?
His upside, yeah, of course, fast break. And they got him at power forward, and most power forwards are big, lumbering guys, so he's beating them down the floor, beating them to the rim, you know.
Do you think he should start? Do you think he's ready to start with all the controversy surrounding Julius Randle?
I think he should start. I think you put Julius at the power forward, put him at the small forward, and like he doesn't like, you know what I'm saying? These days, people think that a small forward has to, you know, be breaking people down off the dribble, fading away. No, just have them play the position, rebound, play defense. Like all small forwards, like there are differences. You know what I mean? Everybody is not Durant, LeBron. You know all these crazy wing players that we have in the league. Everybody's not like that. He could play his position as a defender and rebounder and garbage man.
Okay, now, once again, the big talk is the point guard position, right?
Yeah.
The facilitator,
Right.
the one who's going to open the floor,
Mm-hmm.
do all the good shit that's needed. We now got a guard, Jalen
I
Brunson.
like Jalen Brunson. I've always liked him.
Do you think he's an undersized guard? Some say, you know what?
Yeah.
He's too small. When we speak of other guards
Yeah.
like Drew Holiday, Marcus Smart,
What
do
I
you
see
think it's
him-
going to be an issue, man?
What I saw him do when he was in Dallas against bigger guards, like he would hesitate you to death. Like you gotta respect that. And you jumping over here, and then he go over here, you jump over here, and he's around you. And he's left hand dominant, but nobody can stop him from going left. He's got a nice little fadeaway. He can finish over length. I don't think that's a problem. In the old NBA, when they can hit you, maybe. But this NBA, that's not a problem. And it's not like he's a little guy. He's short, but he got some build to him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be all right.
You think he's going to be able to feed other players on the team, like
I-
R.J. Barrett? What
He's-
can we expect from other players with Jalen Brunson now being a facilitator, man?
I think that R.J. Barrett doesn't have to dribble the ball, or Randle don't have to dribble the ball so much to get their shot off, because it looks great to us on TV. But I bet the coaches be like, Like, for me, once you put the ball down more than 2 or 3 times without shooting or passing, you build pressure. And the rest of the team is standing around watching you. So I think that Brunson's going to come in. He's not like, for most players, some players got that ego, like, as soon as they come in, I'm the man. But I think he's the type of player to where he's going to come in, he's going to try to facilitate, he's going to try to fill things out, depending on what's going on. And he's got the skills to score the basketball seemingly at will against some people. Like, again, when he was in Dallas, I forget who
He played behind Dominic.
Yeah, he played behind him, but when he started, like one of those playoff series when Doncic was hurt, he averaged 35 points in the series. Like,
So he's the guy you think is going to be able to handle the city lights?
I think he's going to
When
be
we
able to
speak
handle
of
the city
MSG,
lights,
man.
because like his father was here. Like, I mean, he's a Knicks fan. He's been all throughout MSG as a little kid, and he even talked about the joy of coming back and the flash of the memories. So I know they say it's hard to come home sometimes, but I think he's prepared for it.
think he's prepared for it, man. And Emmanuel quickly, who some thought had the potential to play that same position.
I thought so too. Manuel could shoot that shot, and when he gets hot, it's on. But I think that for now, let him be that sixth man coming off the bench to where when you come in, that's your job. Score the basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's like that. He needs to get warmed up. Like, so you need to give him his shots.
Do you think he reminds you of a player or players actually like Maxey from Philly or Lou Williams?
Yeah, those types of players. He's just a little bit smaller. But those types of players, yeah. Lanky, elusive, can shoot the ball. The type where the coach put him on the floor and just let him go. Don't say nothing to him. Just let him go.
Let him go.
And that's the best way, because some players you can't be all up in their mix because they're not. Their constitution isn't like that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, whatever cultural reason, whether they don't like people yelling at them or whatever, however they were raised.
Yeah.
But every coaching style doesn't work for every person.
And 3 more questions. You're almost out of here, man. I want to start off with Tom Thibodeau. Do you think he's the coach for the Knicks, man?
I like
you
Tom
got the
Thibodeau.
sprint and you got the marathon. It's for the long haul.
For the long haul, I like Tom Thibodeau. I like defensive-minded coaches. I also think that it helps Tom Thibodeau when he has former players who used to play for him elsewhere also on the team. So I don't know how Derrick Rose's departure would affect that.
And we got a lot of vets that on the Knicks that's no longer with us. Kemba Walker's gone.
Right, Kemba's gone, and I ain't like that.
Nah, why you ain't like that?
Because at first, like, Kemba started off great. And then next thing you know, he's like on the bench for like 2 or 3 weeks straight. DNP. Then I kind of find out Thibodeau don't like him because he doesn't play defense. It's like, oh, man. Like,
yeah.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah, you see that?
Nah. I wanted him to do well. I wanted him to do well. But, but at the same time, Kemba could have done better at making himself less of a sulker. Like,
right.
Talking less about his situation in the media,
right? And
just he could have sucked it up a little more and maybe still been a Knick. But again, some people just aren't built that way. Some people just, when they have a gripe, they gotta let it out. They gotta tell somebody.
Okay, and when we speak of my man Money Rich, Mitchell Robinson, man,
I like Mitchell.
He just got the extension, got the 60 mil.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's gonna be able to bring a big impact? I mean, he came a long way too.
Right. Defensively and rebounding wise, he's always been a crazy player. I don't know how or where he should improve defensively. Offensively, I don't see him being the type of player to just put his back to the basket and just turn around and score. So maybe developing like a little 15-footer, something to keep those boys like honest.
Well, I don't know if he was aware, but for the past 2 years, he's been working on his 3-ball.
Yeah, he shoots them once in a while. He shoots them at a high rate, and they go in. He doesn't shoot them enough. You know what I mean? Because he's not there yet mentally to where I'm gonna shoot 2, 3, 4 threes a game and be cool with it. Whether I miss or make them, shoot them. You know what I mean? He's not there yet because he's not in the mindset of being a shooter yet. But with repetition, he'll get there.
With repetition, he'll get there.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. And the big talk, man. All this talk, we hear about it, man. Donovan Mitchell. Do you think Donovan Mitchell's coming to New York?
He's not coming to New York.
I mean, he's being seen at Mets Stadium with Rick Brunson.
Yeah, I know.
They're wearing the Mets uniform together. I mean, God damn it.
I know.
Chilling off season with Emmanuel quickly.
Yo, I mean, it would be nice. You know what I mean? I don't know what the Knicks are going to do to get him. It would be nice if, the Knicks had an explosive superstar for the first time since Melo. But the Knicks don't ever get what they want, ever. Like, they don't get what they want, so I'm pessimistic about him being able to come here.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm pessimistic.
And let's say he do come here. Do you think he'll be able to gel?
Yeah, I think because, for me, he's never been the type of player to gun. in Utah, like there were times where like he would kind of, coast while other things on the team were going well. And then when it would get to like the third, fourth quarter, he would start going off. But that kind of backfired for him a couple times. To where, matter of fact, last year when Utah was eliminated, that was part of the problem. To where he would defer to if other players were hot, he wouldn't be like, all right, give me the ball. And sometimes you want a superstar to be like that, unselfish. But in the playoffs, give me the ball every time down. Gimme. And y'all get y'all's off the rebound or whatever. I want my two guards and my wing players to kind of be assholes.
Yeah. And this is it. Closing out. Would Julius Randle be able to have a good, strong chemistry with Jalen Brunson? You got Rick Brunson. You got Jalen Brunson. We got the family ties there.
I think he will be able to. I think he will be able to because
he's not going to be the number one option.
No, he's not. I think Jalen Brunson is going to give him so many easy baskets because Jalen Brunson, where he likes to operate around the free throw line. He likes to operate around the mid-range area. He's not waiting all the way out here to catch the ball and shoot a three and miss. He's coming in. So because he can hit that mid-range shot, you got to respect it. So your bigs are going to come up. Knicks bigs are going to be wide open on the baseline and in the foul line extended area. So I think, yeah.
All right, and that's what it is, man. I want to thank the OG for coming on Real Talk with Nick in the heart of Harlem, y'all. Breaking down Knick Chronicles, man. Yo, the season's going to be here before you know it, man.
Wait to watch basketball,
all right, orange and blue. You got to get rid of that Spurs fandom, though, man. I wasn't going to let you get away with that.
Right,
Peace.